Teresa asks, what is your but and how do you get off of it? What's the biggest but you hear from others that's holding them back?
Teresa, the amount of buts that I hear is actually stunningly overwhelming. I pride myself in not being a but guy, and so I think that the buts that I hear are all the time. I didn't have any money, I didn't have a chance, I grew up in a poor neighborhood, I didn't have a mentor, I didn't get the lucky break. People are loaded with buts. It's why the majority of people fit into the standard of one's life, right? Whatever those ambitions may be. I think that for me, my but is usually, but I love the process, I love the climb. When I don't achieve the maximum upside in my career, it's going to be predicated on the fact that I hedged about loving the process. And so within the context of finances, I didn't buy the jets because, but, is really, that whole thing is because, I liked the grind too much, and that didn't allow me to scale and create the level of wealth I needed to be able to actually pull it off. That's my narrative. And so that's my but I love the process. The amount of buts I hear though are just everything, and really, what but is it's an excuse. And now look, before I finish with my rah-rah scenario, let's very much understand there's real stuff going on in the world. I mean, you may be born in a part of the world where there's, a dictator or communism or just do I think that it's as easy to be a female entrepreneur in the Middle East as it is to be in New York City? No, I do not. Do I think that it's harder for somebody that's born in Mississippi, non-white male in America as it is for somebody that is born in LA, white male, to succeed? I do, but on the flip side, let me flip it. I think the hustle and the grind of coming from the grime has a big advantage. I see a ton of people. I think some people think you're dead on impact because you're born a minority or in a bad spot or to a drug-infested home, that you're predisposed to losing. Ironically, in my weird twisted brain, in the game that I play, the hustle game, the real climb, like it's almost equally predicated on your spirit and your gusto as it is on your skill set. I think a lot of people that are born into Kush are in a setback situation because it's gonna come so easy. And so I just think it's how you optically look at the world. But I will tell you this, I hate excuses, man. I hate them with all my heart. I really take enormous pride, and I mean it. We had a hardcore, right guys, we had a hardcore meeting, I don't know if any of you were here, VaynerMedia meeting on Friday where I talked about stuff, and I'm always scared. I don't know if the team believed me when I said, hey look, before I start, this is my fault, but I really mean it. I take pride in taking blame. It's crazy. It's funny, this Jets Patriot thing. I see all these Pat fans making fun of me, right, yesterday, and I feel sad for them that they've won 4 Super Bowls. I like the climb and the grime and trying to win it, right? And that's kind of how I think about buts and blames and excuses. I take pride and I like taking the blame in front of my whole company and saying this is my fault, even though I know there's so many other people that are at fault as well. I'll take that on me. And so, buts are bad, but they're not as obvious as I think some people may think.